people like to swim, and we can actually attach an economic value to those swimming days that people are able to swim. And so we can go through one by one each of those ecological outcomes that people care about, add them all up. Now, the second approach is what we call, what we refer to as a top-down approach, where we looked at a number of studies that said if you clean up a region, if you clean up an environmental asset of a region, specifically if you clean up areas of the Great Lakes, property values in that area will actually increase. Now, why do we care about property values? Well, when people decide where they want to live, they choose where they want to live based on job opportunities in that region, cultural assets and amenities, and they also care deeply about the environmental quality of that region. And as a region becomes more attractive, more people want to live there, more businesses want to follow those people, locate in that same area. If they want to do that, they need to have land to live and do their economic activities. That demand for land drives up property values. And so the improvement in environmental quality actually gets reflected in property values. It's not the property values themselves that we care about, but they provide a way of measuring the improvement in the environmental quality of the region and then attaching an economic value to that. Okay. I'm not going to go through this. It's very complicated, but in the bottom-up approach, we were trying to take all of these specific programs, upgrade wastewater treatment facilities, stop invasive species from coming into the Great Lakes, a whole list of different programs, and try to translate those into specific ecological outcomes that people care about. Now, our team, the four of us, the economists, we have no idea how to do this. So what we did is we relied heavily on input from Donald Scavia and Jennifer Reed, who are the directors of the University of Michigan Sea Grant. They pulled together a team of about 24 scientists who help us think about how to convert these proposals for spending money in different areas into ecological outcomes that people care about. And then the goal of we, the economists, was to attach an economic value to those ecological outcomes. Now, at the end of the day, we were able, in the bottom-up approach, to quantify a number of specific benefits that people will care about. In terms of water quality, we were able to quantify the benefits of fewer beach closings and advisories. We were able to quantify, with a range of uncertainty, potential improvements in fish and wildlife populations and assign economic values to those based on what anglers and hunters, basically how much they care about fishing and hunting. And then the areas of concern, we were able to attach economic value to the cleaning up the toxic sediment contamination in the areas of concern, specifically because there were actually some economic studies that surveyed people and asked them how much they value that type of environmental cleanup. Now, the list of unquantified benefits for the bottom-up approach is even longer, either because we just weren't able to come up with an ecological impact of implementing the plan in some cases. In other cases, there just weren't the economic studies telling us how much people cared about those ecological impacts. Now, some of these things, as you're looking at them, are potentially very valuable. So, for example, preventing invasive and nuisance species from coming into the Great Lakes, or preventing the existing species from spreading, is potentially very valuable. But in a lot of cases, we don't have a clear idea of what those future potential invaders would be, and if we do have a rough idea of who they might be, we don't know what they would do once they get here. And again, this stuff could be incredibly valuable, so whatever I actually show you in the bottom-up approach is going to be a conservative estimate of the benefits of implementing the strategy. Now, here are some benefit estimates. If you look over on the left, we get about $5 to $6 billion in terms of water quality improvements, 1 to 6 fish and wildlife. The areas of concern, cleaning those up is actually incredibly valuable, about $12 to $19 billion. And there are a couple reasons why I think they're so high, and I'll get into that in the next slide. And then again, there's this huge list of unquantified benefits that we didn't, given our resources, have time to fully explore, potentially very large. And when you add all those bottom-up benefits, you get at least 18 to 31 for what we're able to quantify. and a bunch of unquantified benefits that could easily push things up into the $50 billion range. Now the top-down approach, again, where we took studies that looked at how much property values might increase.
Folks here, we've heard some of the,